Hello everyone, welcome back to the map of mathematics. In this video, we are going to solve this nice math algebra problem. And here we have m plus m times of n equals to 32 and n plus m times of n equals to 35. So here first we call this as equation number 1 and this as equation number 2. And now here we need to solve this problem for the values of m and n. So this is our target to find the value of m and n. So the very first step we are going to do is here first we subtract equation number 1 by equation number 2 and we obtain its output in this way. So first we write m plus mn and we subtract it by n plus mn equals to 32 minus 35. And in the next step we need here little bit simplifications, so we get m plus m times of n, and here we multiply this minus sign on both of the terms and we get minus n minus m times of n equals to 32 minus 35 equals to minus 3. And here you see that this is the positive mn and negative mn are cancelled by each other and we get here m minus n equals to minus 3. And in the next step we move this minus n to the right hand side and we get m equals to n minus 3 and we call this as equation number 3. And now here we substitute the value of m in equation number 1 or equation number 2. So that here we just substitute or put the value of m in equation number 2. So when you put m equals to n minus 3 in equation number 2, then equation number 2 will be written as n plus m times of n. So our m is n minus 3 and here you have n equals to 35. So that in the next step here we need a little bit simplification, so we write it as n plus, we multiply this n on both of the terms and we get n square minus 3n equals to 35. And here we just rearrange the terms and we write this quadratic equation into the standard form. So that here first we write n square and we have n minus 3n equals to minus 2n and we move this 35 in the left hand side. So it will becomes minus 35 and this whole equation equals to 0. So in the next step here we need to make the factors of this equation. So here we have three choices. So our first is we just make the factors of this quadratic equation, and the second choice is you can use the quadratic formula, and the third choice is you just complete its square. So here we easily make the factors of this equation. So that here first we multiply this minus 35 in the coefficient of n square. So the coefficient of n square is 1, so you get here minus 35. So here we need any two numbers whose product is minus 35, and when we add or subtract these two numbers then you get minus 2. So we have these two numbers are minus 7 and plus 5. So when you multiply these two numbers then you get minus 35, and when you add these two numbers then you get minus 2. So that we make the factors of this equation in this way and we write it as n square minus, here you have minus 7n and plus 5n minus 35 equals to 0. So in the next step here we take common n from the first two terms and we get n minus 7, and here we take common plus 5 and we get n minus 7 and this whole equals to 0. So in both of the equations we take common n minus 7 and we get n plus 5 equals to 0. So here we divide this case in two cases and we write it as n minus 7 equals to 0, and the second case is we write n plus 5 equals to 0. So here we get the value of n is 7, and in this case we get the value of n is minus 5. So because our target is to find the values of m and n, but here we just find the value of n, so now we need to find the values of m. So that we focus on equation number 3, and in equation number 3 we have m equals to n minus 3, and we get the value of n, and so we put the value of this n in equation number 3. So here we just write, we put these two values in equation number 3, and here I can write the equation number 3 is m equals to n minus 3. So this is the our equation number 3, and now we put above both values in this equation, and we get m equals to, here you have n minus 3, so when we put the value of 7, then we get 7 minus 3, and here we obtain m equals to 7 minus 3 will be equals to 4. And similarly, in this case we put the value of n equals to minus 5 in this equation, and we get m equals to minus 5 minus 3, and you get m equals to minus 8. So that these are the two values of m and n, and here you have again two values of m and n. So that here we combine the values of this m by the value of this n, and you make the one order pair of solution, which is denoted by m times of n, and it is equals to 4 and 7. And similarly, if you see here in this case, we have the value of m is minus 8 and the value of n is minus 5. So that when we combine this m and n, then we get m n equals to minus 8 minus 5. So that here we have these two solutions of the given question. So this is the our first solution, and this is the our second solution of this question, and this is the our final answer. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos.